Welcome to my yearning video where we are here to hear about all the yearning of yearnings books. And I'm talking from webtoons to novels to C-dramas to everything you can think of, mangas. Come on, I consume yearning in every single medium there is. And mind you, this video will not have any spoilers. This is just a recommendation fix and just telling you guys what you should read. So I won't stall. Please subscribe and comment your favorite yearning book because this is meant to be the yearning hub from now on, okay? All right. So number one in our yearning of yearning storybook is the novel Pride and Prejudice. This is one of the books that set up yearning, okay? So this story entails a girl who really doesn't like this one dude, but just know, if you like historical fiction, if you like romance, drama, side of plot, a girl who really cannot be bothered, and a guy who just cannot help but be bothered, then the story is for you. A lot of yearning. Obviously, you get to the peak scene and then it just goes ba-boom. Read it with candles, read it with s'mores, read it with all of that, okay? But next on our storybooks of books is Trapped, the webtoon. It's about this girl who is just trying to live her life, really. She has a lot of trauma. She just came out of jail. There's a lot of background, okay? And she just happens to bother or witness this one thing happening with a guy at her church. And a whole series of events ensues from there. And he becomes so obsessed with her, he cannot live his life without her. He starts asking why she can't be with him. There's so many things. It becomes really pathetic for a good little minute there. So if you're looking for a pathetic, yearning male lead, something a little bit toxic, then you'll love this story. Trust me, you will absolutely adore it. Come on. Next on our list is actually a manga called Firefly Wedding. So Firefly Wedding is about this girl who might as well be like this princess. I don't know, her dad is like some kind of duke figure in rural Japan. And she gets kidnapped. And after that, one of her kidnappers comes up to her and he's meant to like help the kidnappers. But she's like, hey, can you save me? Like, I'll give you more buck for your bang for your buck if you save me. And he's like, really? Okay. And literally all she says is like, yeah, I'm not scared of you. And that sends off a whole thing of events. You guys, come on. Like, this story has every single theme of yearning you can possibly imagine. This is, if not the most yearning book, it is the most yearning book. But mind you, it does have psychological components to it where you start to really question whether the male lead is all right in the head. But if you're me, you love that kind of stuff and you're actually looking forward to him not being all the way there. Yeah, but he really does put the pedal to the metal. Oh, he's not playing about her. Oh, he never played about her. And it's so cute. Oh my God. You get to read his thoughts. You get to see how he kind of just wants her all to himself. He becomes really, really insane about her. Again, this is a psychological thriller as well as a love story. So if that's the kind of yearning you're here for, then you're coming to the right place because I like him a little crazy. All that to say, let's jump onto someone I've actually talked about already, which this is a novel, Powerless, the series. Just to explain to you what Powerless is about. Powerless is about a girl who's born magicless in a world where everyone has magic and you're pretty much not allowed to not have magic. So she has to like pretty much keep this under wraps, bumps into the enforcer, and the enforcer is like this guy who's meant to enforce the fact that no one can not have powers here. And yeah, and then she gets invited to this big tournament thing where they're fighting for whatever the heck, and you guys get it. The enforcer falls head over heels, obviously, with our girl, and it gets into a bit of a love triangle, which if that's your buck for your bite, then I say bite. And he thinks about her so much, and the way he thinks about her is so romantic. He puts his whole life into her. He thinks about her in poetry, genuine poetry. Like, you might even think it's a bit much, but it's poetic. It's va va voom. I personally really, really love it. But go read it if you're looking for a yearning kind of situation, but to a very mental. Next on our list is a C-drama called Ashes of Love. Oh my God, this is it literally put me onto yearning when I was like 15 when I watched this. So this is about a fairy who doesn't really have a heart. She doesn't have like emotions, but she somehow bumps into like the Phoenix fire god of the immortals world, and she has to go there, and there's a lot of plot behind the scenes, but I won't get into it too much. Just know that the male lead gets super pathetic and super in love. Like, I'm talking, he's like, oh, you're in love with me, right? We're in love. And she's like, yeah, we're in love. Mind you, she doesn't even have emotions. There's so much there in terms of Yearning. So if you're looking for something that's potent, I'm talking, you have come to the right place. Great story. Moving on to Empress Ki. Empress Ki is also a K-drama, actually, and it is the best. So the Yearning doesn't start for a very long time. I'm talking like 36 episodes into the actual story, right? So once the Yearning begins, it's with the second male lead, actually. It's not the first male lead, and I'm not going to spoil anything, so let's just say it's with the second male lead, and that's all you need to know. He gets really pathetic, but no spoilers, so let me go on. Let me move on. Betrayal of Dignity webtoon. If you are looking for something that is lighthearted, something that isn't going to hurt you, something that's not like, what the heck is she still doing with him, then this is not that book for you. Because this book is all of that. He doesn't get pathetic at all. No, not yet. No. For the majority of the story, he just seeks her out. He falls in love with her, and he almost expects her to be there, right? No one's allowed to be with her. No one's allowed to do this, X, Y, Z. He gets really jealous. It's cool. It's cute. And then she does something, and the story gets really crazy. If you really want some Yearning, if there's anything I feel like this book gave, even though it was super toxic, like the most toxic book I've ever read. But trigger warning, that book has so many themes that could be super triggering. Oh my God, it's triggering. Look into it, research it before you read it, because it is seriously something like crazy that happens that causes certain things to also unfold. So do your research. Uruwashi no Yoi no Suki is so good. Oh my gosh. So it's about this girl, right, who is pretty much regarded as a prince around town. And this guy bumps into her one day, and he's like, oh my gosh, you're like the prettiest girl I've ever seen in my life. And she's like, girl, no. And then it kind of just gets weird between them, because it's like, oh, so what should we do? You think I'm cute? And she's like, well, what do I do? And then he's like, oh, well, bite the bullet. Let's, whatever. I'm not gonna tell you guys anymore. But the Yearning here is, I think it's apparent in the way where he literally first bumps into her, and he's like, woo, you're one of the most gorgeous girls. And it's like the bonus chapter. You guys have to see the bonus chapter, because it is the best, one of the best bonus chapters ever, where he actually recalls like the time where after he's met her, and he's like, oh, what do I do? Like, I kind of want her to look at me. That's another really good one. Oh my gosh. Literally, it's a manga, by the way. And it's so pure, but it's like so cute. And I'm pretty sure an anime is going to be made of it pretty soon. The next one is a webtoon. This one is called The Broken Ring. This Marriage Will Fail Anyway. So I think this went viral a little bit back, but this story is about a guy who pretty much is engaged to this girl, but he's never wanted to be engaged to this girl. He's like, nah, why do I have to be engaged to her? Like, let me go be promiscuous. Let me go out there, go make some freaking, get some girls. Whatever, sure. And then the girl's like, oh yeah, do whatever you want. Like, we can divorce. We can be done. And he's like, what do you mean we can be done? And she's like, what? You were out there being free. You were out there getting some money. You were happy. And he's like, wait, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And it is super cute the way he starts to be like, oh, nah, you're my girl. And I know the way I'm saying it is like not cute. She has had some past experiences as well. Definitely go stop by there and give that a read. Moving on to the next one, The Mortal Instruments by Cassandra Clare. This is a novel, by the way, 3 books to be exact, because it is only just 3 books. Oh my gosh, The Mortal Instruments has such a bad rap, but it's because the story keeps going. It feels like it's meant to be a trilogy. Let me continue. So it's about this girl who figures out that she has like powers and stuff, and then bumps into the shadow hunters, and shadow hunters are like, yeah, you gotta come with us. And then one of them is like really super fire, and it turns out she's a shadow hunter. And yeah, she gets with the super fire one, Jace. I think that was, yeah, Jace. And it devolves to like a lot of complicated, kind of weird stuff, if I'm being honest. forbidden love in the weirdest, very strangest way. It's cute, honestly, until after the third book. Okay, just don't read past the third book. Read only the first 3 books. End it there for yourself and for your sanity, because you will not like the series as it continues. I mean, you might. I'm not here to stop you. All right, so our next story, I think, will be our last one, actually. All right, this one is called Museru Kurai no Ai o Ageru. This one's another one of my favorites. It's a manga, and it's about a girl who is like kind of insecure, kind of not sure about her art, but she's in art school. She's in art school alongside with this other guy who is in a band, and they bump into each other one day, and she's mad at him because he ruined her homework assignment, and he's like, oh, let me make it up to you. And that's pretty much how they first meet. And he sees her art, and he's like, wait, like, why are you throwing these out? These are fire. And she's like, nah, they're not good, and he's like, nah, this is tough. And that's how it all begins, and it gets really cute. I would say the yearning is less yearning-y in this one. It's more he likes her and he's gonna get her kind of a thing. So it's not even like a, oh my God, how could I not be with her? I need her. This is one of the more normal romances where a girl sees a guy and he likes her and he pursues her. And I think it's really well done. I genuinely think it's really well done. I think even though it's a simple concept and it follows tropes and themes and things that I've seen before, it does it in a way that's very refreshing, very new. I can't really pinpoint any story that feels exactly the same as this, with the art student, ex guitar band kind of vibes. So that is the last book in our list of yearnings. Obviously I have many more and multiple many more, but these are the ones that just off the top of my head gave me my yearning fix. Some of them take 3 days to finish, the others take like 2 weeks, but it's up to you. It's really up to you. You know, I am someone who loves to consume stories in any medium, which is why I'm giving it to you guys like this, because I feel like it wouldn't be fair saying, oh, books that fix my yearning fix or stuff like that. But when I am consuming and reading other stories that, you know, just don't fit under the novel umbrella, and I think that's okay. I think it's all right to want to read a webtoon and a book and a novel and a novelette and a children's book, and just be perfectly okay like that. I don't think you ever have to be one kind of nerd, but I do recognize that this is a pretty niche channel, but I think this should be able to fit in my niche. I love stories. I love stories, and these are just that, stories. They're just stories. I hope you guys do find some value in what I have provided to you. And yeah, I will see you in the next one, which I will try to be a lot more consistent. Catch you guys in the next. Bye bye, my loves. Mwah.